All right, guys, so we are over in Lawrenceville on my rehab that is now a rental. I posted another picture of a house right around the corner with a huge front banner. Kind of funny because there's like 4 or 5 houses that started under renovation once I finished, or just before I finished this one. Anyways, you'll see I'm in my sexy, disgusting gear. If you want to see something really white other than my arse, let me show you something. Oh, there's some white ass legs. Anyway, so let me hurry up and get to this because I've got a couple more meetings today, and I've got one really good video here that I've got to shoot to you guys in a little bit. But anyway, let me get back to this. So this is a 3-bedroom, 2-bath split. So on the bottom, we've got the whole right side of the house, which you'll see down there is a huge bonus room. Laundry's in the basement. It's a little dirty. We finished it not too long ago. I've just been sitting on it for a couple weeks and not doing what I should be doing as an investor. Just got too many other things I got to do. So some of you might have already seen this property. The whole, let me just get here. The whole, basically this whole side of the house was all burnt out. So the entire house has been gutted and rehab. So let's get to this. I don't know if any of you guys saw all the pictures of what it looked like before, but it doesn't really matter because now you're gonna get to see what it looks like now. So let's go for the non-exciting part where it's all dirty right now. So to the left is gonna be our garage. This whole thing, man, this is all caved in, fire damage, everything like that. So we had to go all new electric. I thought we were gonna be able to keep the panel, but the code said, code enforcement and county said negative. Replace all this, so fully permitted. Just got the CO. Out the back door, HVAC, plumbing. So here's that other bonus room I was telling you about. Bad lighting down here, sorry, get over it. And there's going to be where your laundry's at. It's stubbed for plumbing, but I'm not putting a bathroom down here. And back up to man, this whole place, the whole ceiling was completely just falling down with insulation, roof caving in off the left side of the house. And what was really funny is up here, there were like several candles and then a speaker. The speaker was deformed and the candles didn't even melt during this fire. It's crazy. And then we had leather couches all through here. But anyway, enough about that. So let's get to the house. So the living room, kitchen's back through there. If this would have been a flip, I would have opened this up, but guess what? It's not. And I'm cash flowing in the house, so I'm not doing that. Breakfast area or nook or whatever you want to call it, dining room area. Kept the original cabinets, just painted everything. Actually kept the countertops, we're still pretty good. Eventually I'll probably come back and put granite or something in here, but for right now, for this rental, that's what we're doing. And you know what? I'm not a big fan of this half microwave thingy, but I don't want it so low and then everybody's pissed off that you can't even put a pot here. So, because that's the way it was, that's the way we're gonna keep it. We're just gonna add this little funky, super damn expensive microwave that's not even worth it. Who's on here right now? Daniel, JR, Matthew, what's up? Yes, this is the one I just refied. Yes, this is Matthew, this is the one I just refied. This is the one that I left with a $1,300 check. There's a spider crawling up my fucking leg. Yeah, this is the one I just left with a $1,300 check, and I've got like a 4.875 interest rate on that, 30-year fixed. I'm all in at 95 grand, 100 grand. I think I went a little over on my rehab on this one, which in just a second you're going to see why. Well, you're not going to completely see why I went over on the rehab, but I went over because there were some oopsies and some unforeseen things that we weren't expecting. Like the HVAC was already pretty darn good, but we had to completely replace the entire thing, including all the ductwork, which I already expected ductwork, but I didn't expect to have to do the entire system. The other was the electrical panel. I thought we were gonna be able to keep the panel down there. Nope, they're like, well, once the fire department came through here, water might have been inside the panel, so replace that too. So anyway, back to that. Those are the little things that happen in real estate flipping and stuff that they don't show in those stupid fake TV shows. All right, so hall bath. And that sexy ass right there with this lard right here. This is why I'm running a little bit. Yeah, so this, we just resurfaced this, repainted this here. This was black and like melting and everything. So my team didn't really think that was gonna come out pretty good, but it did. So as you would already expect, first bedroom on your left. Wow, it's a bedroom, yay. And the second bedroom, which is the front left of the house, same thing, guess what? It's a bedroom with a light and a window. And then for the master, which where all the love happens, that's what really matters. All right, so this over here, if you remember from before, well, first off, this is where the fire happened. So this is where their bed was on their nightstand, and then all the way up through the floor. And this was like a little bay window kind of thing that went out. So the whole floor was burnt through. So screw that, man. This is almost 2020. We like French doors in our master. We want to be able to go from our bed to like doing some dirty things on the back porch and stuff. So we got French doors. And then there was a super tiny closet. So we opened up this whole closet here for probably just for her. Let's be real. That little closet over there is actually pretty big, and it's just going to be for her. I'll show you where his little small closet is going to be at. So now let's get into the master. This, man, you can imagine in 1980s or something like that. It was pretty dated. So did I really need to do what you're about to see for a freaking rental? Hell no. But we already had some of these tiles, and here's the main reason, before we go in there, here's the main reason why I did a little bit more on this house than maybe that I really had to for a rental, is because I didn't really know if I may want to just turn right back around and sell it. I'm expanding so quick, just scaling the business so quick. If shit hits the fan and I need 100 grand, I need to be ready to sell this property like tomorrow. So I've got it available, ready to rent or to sell. So I know right now I could probably make about 110, yeah, right around 110 grand on this house if I sold it tomorrow. So I'm ready for it just in case if I need that cash. But anyway, back to this, because I'd rather cash flow in this house like $1 grand a month, just saying. So this is not the most sexiest countertop, but it wasn't damaged and I didn't really want to spend any more money on it. And there we are. Again, just go back with some of the usual things, but it's updates that looks really sexy, that's cheap. So that's gonna be his closet over here, which is that whole side. And then we've also got either a linen or more of his closet. Saeed, I'll get back to your answer in just a hot second. What was I gonna say? Oh, this was a stand-up shower and glass. This whole thing was melted out. So here's our stand-up shower, which, by the way, this whole thing used to be like a jacuzzi tub or a soaker tub or a garden tub, or I can't remember exactly what the heck it was. So now we've got much sexier stand-up shower that we know the ladies are going to like. All right. So, Saeed, you were asking how I got this property. I was selling one of my other rental properties. Well, it was a cosmetic flip, and I know you guys already see that I'm like running and shit, so I got like, I'm nasty and all stuff. Anyway, Joseph, what's up, Big Daddy? Anyway, Saeed, so I was selling a cosmetic rental down in Jonesboro, 10577 Thrasher Road. Some of you guys might remember that one. And it was only like $7,000 to $10,000 cosmetic rehab, and sold it within like 2 weeks. Well, I had it under contract within 2 weeks, and I let the guy hold on to it for like 3 months until he finally got somebody in there. Anyway, enough about that. You don't really care. So that specific guy was over in California. Man, I realized I got black like a raccoon. So that guy was from California, and he mentioned that he had some other rentals over here and he was buying some more of mine. And I'm like, well, okay, cool. What other rentals do you have over in Georgia? Just trying to get some more info on the guy, just building a report. And the guy said, oh, I've got 3 or 4. Well, actually I have 5, but one just burnt down. And I've got like $130,000 check on it. I really don't know what I'm gonna do with the house. And I'm like, oh, I know what I could do with this house. So I talked to him, and he still didn't really know what he was going to do with it. So I ended up telling him that he could probably sell it for whatever dollar amount. And he didn't really believe me, and I went and took a look at the house, and it looked really bad. I mean, that whole left side of the house was just devastated. The whole roof was opened up, water coming down, mold over the entire house. It was just disgusting. And black soot over all of what you're seeing behind me. I mean, everywhere in the house, even in the kitchen, everything was black. Inside the cabinets, drawers, everything was black and disgusting. So it looked really bad. After all said and done, I only spent around 50 or so grand for the rehab. But anyway, so I told him that he can get a decent amount in the house, and he's like, man, I really don't even care. And he's like, well, I'll sell it to you for 25 or 30 if you want it. And I'm like, shit, 25? I'll take it right now. So I went and took a look at it, took pictures, showed him, and let him know. I'm like, hey, you're already buying one of my other properties. Let's keep a good business relationship going on. I'll buy for 25. He's like, well, you did tell me that you could sell it for a lot more. I'm like, I did. Fair. He's like, all right, cool. Can you give me 30? I think he said, can you give me 35? I think is what it was. 35 or 40. And I was like, come on, Smalls. You're killing me, bro. Bought it for 40. Gave him what he wanted. Bought it for 40. Put 50 or so in it. So now I'm all in at 95. And an appraiser who didn't do as good of a job still gave me an appraised value of 200, even though I know all the houses next door are going for 185 and not even freaking remotely close to being renovated like mine. So we'll go with it. $200,000 if that's what you say, whatever. But I know a few houses down, they've got one that's partially renovated that's selling for like 210, 215. Not selling, has sold for 210, 215. So whatever. I know I got about 100, 115 or so in equity in the property. So, oh yeah, I didn't take you guys outside the back where all the sexiness happens. Holy shit, I'm like late. I got to get to this meeting. I got a really good meeting with a private lender later on. I've got some other cool stuff coming up for you guys here, just to try to do some like coaching and help you guys out as well. Also to save me a lot of time. Emmanuel, what's up? Here we go. So the backyard, pretty wooded. There's like a pond or something over in that area. Hopefully there's no more sun glare. This is like 3, you can't really see it, but there's some other porches, decks down below, as you can already kind of see back through there. So anyway, let me get out of here. All right, guys, thanks so much for watching. Let me get to these meetings. Joe, yes, this is the one. Is this the one you refied on? Yes, this is the one I just refied on. This is the one with my strategy that I just walked away with the $1,300 check, which helped pay for my first closing. And so had I not had a few oopsies in this house and went slightly over budget, I would actually have less than zero. I would have been making money buying this house. But I'll be cash flowing about $1,000 or so a month. I'm probably going to rent this one for roughly $1,600 or so. I need to look and see and confirm and make sure if that's about right, but I think it's around $1,650 or so. So I don't know, I might do a 3-year lease option, might just rent it. I don't know, we'll see. Anyway, see you guys, see if anybody else has any questions before I bounce. Nope. All right, see you guys, love you. Any other questions or whatever, hit me up. Talk to you soon.